Hi everybody, it's Miss Marie, and today for STEAM Thursday we're going to be making something with things you have around your house. And in a few minutes I'll tell you what you need. It's not too many things, mostly paper, glue, scissors, and tape. We're going to be making some paper snowdrops. Now, what is a snowdrop? Well, a snowdrop is a flower that you might see poking up through the snow right about now. They're probably the earliest bulbs to bloom in the spring. And they do often come right up through the snow, which is so pretty. And this is what they look like when you put them in the ground in the fall. These little tiny bulbs, and they grow into these beautiful flowers. And I've been seeing them around the neighborhood. I don't have any in my yard yet, but now I know I'm going to be planting some for the fall because they're so pretty. So we're going to make some snowdrops. I'm going to turn the camera down so you can see what I have. I have some blue paper. I used a bit longer paper for the background. This is a heavier paper too. It's called scrapbooking paper, and it's a really pretty blue color, so that's why I like that. I had some regular green construction paper and some white printer paper. I have a ruler, I have a pencil, scissors, tape, and glue. Now, to make these, it's really very easy. Well, this was my bigger paper, so I cut it in half, so it's about 12 by 6 now. You can use a full sheet of construction paper or half sheet, or however you want to do it, but I liked it long like this. So it's 12 by 6. Yeah. Now you could just cut the white paper and the green paper into 1/2 inch strips using just freehand, which is what I did with these green ones. I just neatly went up that way. Or you could cut them how I did these white ones using a ruler and a pencil. And I'll show you how to do that. The best way to get a straight line on a piece of paper with a ruler is to measure. Let's go across this way. We're going to measure every 1/2 inch. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. Just do 4, right? So you can see I made 4 little lines on the paper where the 1/2 inch is. And then I'm going to turn it around on the other side and do the same thing. I'm going to measure every 1/2 inch. And let's see how many inches did I go in there. I went in 2.5 inches. Oh, actually it would be 2 inches. Okay, so we'll do 2 inches on this side. And I'm going to measure every 1/2 inch and make a little pencil line. 1, 2, 3, and then I don't need one there because it's 4. And then you take your ruler and you line it up with the one line on the one side and the other line on the other side, and that's how you're going to get a straight line. Then since they're lined up, you can take your pencil and go straight across and you get a nice straight line. Okay? Now the reason it's important to have the lines on both sides of the paper at the exact same spot and then draw the line in between is because otherwise the ruler, you might think you've got it right when you're eyeballing it, but it ends up actually being crooked. So you use those 2 little lines on either side to give you nice straight lines. And so now I've got 3 strips of white. Again, you don't have to be this fussy. You can just do freehand if you like. Then you cut these strips apart. And just follow along the line. Again, it's not going to be perfect because, you're following a line, but it's not always easy to cut exactly straight. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. And you can see with the green strips, I just did it freehand. And then the paper the long way. So I'm going to do thin strips. So you can do it freehand too. You don't need to use the pencil and ruler. That's really just depending on how you like it. So now I'm going to show you guys how to make the snowdrop. What I liked having this green paper really long because I have this long piece of paper. If you had a shorter piece of paper, you could, cut this in half and have that be your snowdrop stem like that and leaves. Okay, I'm going to do mine the long way because I think that's really pretty. So first I'm going to take the 3 strips of white that I've cut. And again, you could cut these in half and then fold them in half, so they'd be half as big as this is. But I'm going to leave mine big since I have this long piece. Okay, so I'm going to fold them in half and then crease them. 1, 2, 3. So I've got these 3 bent in half papers and I did crease them. And I'm going to stack them all on top of each other like this. So it looks almost like a little fan or something. And I'm going to use a piece of tape and wrap it around the base of the flower just to hold it together. Okay, and you've got this pretty white drop flower. And then I'm going to take a green one and I'm going to put some glue on it. I'm going to start wrapping it around where that tape is to cover up the tape and to give it a little base for the flower, a green base. And you could keep going all the way around. You could rip it off if you want to, or you could make that, you could just continue, you can keep going with this green part or wrap it around or turn it into the stem. So that one's a short one I did, okay? And then I just bent it down a little bit and now it's stuck on the paper. And you can bend it down a little bit more if you like. Glue it that way. You can make it, you could glue it off to the side a little bit like that. I like it like that. Okay, so now I've got another one that I have been working on that I had already done. I'm gonna maybe glue that one in here. It's gonna be taller, okay? So I'm gonna only put the glue maybe 3/4 on the stem and glue it down, and that way it'll flop a little bit on its own. Oh, that's a little too floppy. Here, let me put a little more glue on there. Let's go up to this part. Let's see how that is. That's better. And again, if you don't like it that floppy, you can glue it right to the paper too. To the blue paper, however you like it. Okay. And let's see. Should we do one more? Let's do one more. Hero. Hero hears somebody outside and doesn't like it. No, I'm gonna put that one off to the side like that. And maybe I'll do one more tall one. Should I do that? 1, 2, 3. Glue together, tape together. And I'm going to fold those in half and give them a little crease. And I'll put a little glue on the back of this green. And I'll wrap it around the base of the flower like that a couple times to cover up the... And I'm going to rip that one off because I wanted to make this a tall one. So I'm going to put it up here somewhere. First, let's put in the green stem. How about right about there? And the fact that they don't line up down here doesn't matter. I'm going to show you why in a minute. So I'm going to put some glue all along the back of this green one. I'm going to put it behind this one. Come on. And up even taller so I can fill in that back space there. And then I'll put some glue on the back of this. Tape that like that. Okay, so I've got these 3 really pretty. And you can spread them out a little bit, however you want to do it. Got my snowdrops. And I am going to now add some extra greenery in the background. Now, got all these extra green pieces I cut, and you can cut these at like an angle. So they have sort of a point to them, and those look like the grassy extra bits, the extra leaves and things that come on the flower. Some glue on the back. I'm going to fill in a little bit. You can even let that hang off a little bit too if you like. It's okay if it's off page because it's really just using your imagination. Cut that one into an angle and put that over here. So you see, it's amazing what we can do with just a few strips of paper and some glue and some scissors. Came out really pretty. Now here's the final touch that covers all this part at the bottom. We're going to make snow out of this extra paper. You could also use like cotton balls if you wanted to make the snow, however you want to do it. I'm going to cut some wiggly snow. I don't like it to be pointy because snow is never pointy. Let's see, is that too long? It's a little bit long, so maybe I'll cut off this piece. I'll wait till I glue it down, then I'll cut it off. There you have it. Some really pretty snowdrops for the early spring. You can see a little bit of snow still on the ground, but they're poking up through just like in our picture, a real snowdrop. All right, have fun today. Post your pictures if your grown-ups let you, and let me see what you've made. Have a great rest of the week. Bye.